Hey my fellow human beings, today we will look at 6 mods that introduce new Minecraft bosses to make the game more challenging. After receiving 3 bosses from Mojang, or 4 if you include the Warden, it has become very apparent that Mojang isn't exactly known for making bosses difficult to defeat. The following bosses all require significant preparation to defeat, making for a great challenge for all those who wish to fight a challenging boss. As the first and most popular mod on this list, Twilight Forest does not focus on fighting new bosses. Rather, it introduces a whole new dimension, which can be reached when throwing a diamond into a self-built portal made of ground materials, flowers and water. There are countless biomes and structures in this new dimension, ranging in size from small to large. The size of some structures really pushes the boundaries of what can still be classified as a structure rather than a biome. There are also new creatures in this interesting dimension. Some of them are hostile while others are passive. 5 of these massive structures contain bosses called Hydra, Naga, Mineshroom, Twilight Lich and Yogast. For 3 out of 5 of these bosses, a bow is crucial for defeating them. Mostly because most bosses deal way too much damage in close combat. A particularly challenging boss is the Hydra, since if you remove one head, 2 will replace it. Hydras have 360 health points or 180 hearts, which makes bow spamming difficult since they can only be damaged within a 20 block radius. Other than that, the Hydra can only be damaged while its mouth is open. This is only the case when the Hydra attacks, itself making it a difficult fight. But nonetheless, each boss in this mod is unique. All of them have a variety of challenging fights with custom attacks that aren't found within Minecraft. As the second mod on this list, Dungeons mod adds 7 bosses and 2 mini bosses to the game, all of which are extremely challenging to defeat. All bosses require specific strategies to defeat them, making for very interesting boss fights. The sun, for instance, must be summoned and can only be damaged by blue ice bombs, making its defeat extremely frustrating. Found in the lab, the crawler uses redstone blocks to generate health. However, even if destroyed, the crawler's health regenerates rapidly, so endgame gear is almost essential. The king appears on top of newly generated castles and can downgrade your armor or initiate utterly powerful suicide attempts, which are difficult to deal with. The Kraken is found beside new ship ruins and is capable of throwing players into the air and causing nausea and hunger. As the only boss in the Outer End Island, the Void Master fires lasers and reflects damage, if too much damage is dealt with one blow. Pickaxes and fire are the weak spot of the Iron Slum, which knocks you back and slows you down when you are hit, messing with your field of vision. The final boss is the Deserted, which is the easiest to defeat. Its weak spot is water, where it uses all the ice armor points and kills the giant itself. In spite of their name, mini bosses aren't easier to defeat than regular ones. The Winter Hunter is capable of one-shotting players wearing netherite armor, while the Lord Skeleton summons hordes of minions. As well as these new bosses, there are also new mobs and items such as the Node Head, inspired by Siren Head, and Mimics, which do incredible damage. There are some who might argue that these bosses are too difficult to defeat, but they do make for great challenges in combination with other mods. This list would be incomplete without L. Ender's Cataclysm. This mod introduces 5 bosses and 2 mini bosses. They all have amazing animations, attacks and custom boss music along with amazing sound design. The speed at which this mod was developed is also noteworthy. In 1 year, almost 2 new bosses, 1 mini boss, countless custom dungeons and stunning animations have been added to the game. In the overworld, there are 2 bosses, the Harbinger and the Leviathan, both located in the ancient factory and the sunken city. There are 2 bosses in the Nether, like the Redstone Monstrosity, which is inspired by the Minecraft Dungeons boss, and the Ignis. The Ender Guardian is located in the End Dimension. These bosses are meant to be fought after the vanilla bosses and require substantial preparation. One of the more recent bosses is the Leviathan. This boss is fought underwater and can shoot a goddamn laser beam straight at your face, along with countless other attacks. They are one of the best fodder bosses I've ever seen, requiring a considerable amount of skill to defeat, but not too much as not to be impossible. Additionally, I recommend checking out the Better Combat and Combat Roll mods. They go along pretty well together. If this mod sounds interesting to you and you want to know more, I've linked a showcase on this mod in the info box. Leo's Bosses is a relatively unknown mod with 3000 downloads. The mod adds 3 new bosses based on their vanilla counterparts. They all need to be summoned and have different abilities. The Ancient Sorcerer is basically an extremely powerful evoker that shoots rows of fangs, making it difficult to get close. The Blaze King has a range of attacks to choose from, including ranged attacks such as fire bombs, other wizard-like abilities, as well as the ability to heal itself, if not defeated quickly. The Ender Lord has 4 main abilities: the Ender Eyes, the Ender Bombs, the Ender Traps, and the ability to heal itself. It will be difficult to defeat a boss without the addition of any mods due to their incredible damage to the targets. When you get stuck in one attack, your health points will drop fast and you will almost die instantly. As a result, mods that add armor such as Divine RPG are recommended to counteract damage. Each of them dropped items when defeated. The Ancient Sorcerer drops a custom enchantment called Lifesteal, which does exactly what it sounds like. The Blaze King drops the Blaze Core, with which you can shoot fireballs as targets, while the Ender Lord drops enchanted Ender Pearls, which summons his attacks, the Ender Traps. The 5th boss on this list is Bosses of Mass Destruction, which adds 4 equally challenging bosses to the game. To summon the bosses, you will have to perform a ritual, which includes breaking blocks or placing specific items on altars. The majority of these arenas can be found at random. The Void Flower and the Night Lich are located in the overworld, whereas the Nether Gauntlet is located in the Nether and the Obsidian in the outer end. There are some significant differences between the boss attack patterns, including the Obsidian, which attacks only in a specific color scheme, the Nether Gauntlet, which uses lasers and punches, the Night Lich, which summons phantoms and magic balls, and the Void Flower, which spikes the ground beneath you. Although these bosses are easier to defeat than those in these other mods, they still make for enjoyable fights. All of these bosses drop a significant amount of experience and endgame items if defeated, making it worth taking them on. Cracker's Witherstorm mod introduces the Witherstorm boss from Minecraft Story mode. It has 7 phases and spawns strengthened mobs and a mini-boss that you must defeat to advance. In order to begin the boss fight, you must locate a rundown house, which can be found at X0 and Z0, and place the missing Wither Skull on the incomplete summoning ritual. The boss should be fought while gearing up at the same time. It will track the player and try to kill him. To reach the higher evolution stages, the boss consumes mobs, items and blocks. When it reaches evolution level 5, it spawns the Wither Symbiont, which you must defeat to obtain a command block book to defeat the Witherstorm. In addition to the boss, new blocks and items and stronger mobs are added, as well as a new status effect that decreases health of mobs over time. Once defeated, the Witherstorm drops the Wizard's Nether Star, which is used to create a Wizard Beacon. When combined with Wither support beacons, its effects have an unlimited range in a higher level. By placing 3 Wither Skulls in front of the Wither Beacon, the Witherstorm can also be revived. If you want the full showcase on this mod, I've linked 2 videos in the info box. What do you think about the 6 mods? Did you find them interesting, or do you have some mods that you think I missed? If so, please let me know. I always update my list of mods if there are some that are interesting to look at. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon in the next video.